All right, guys, it's Jay. We're back, and we are today going to show you how I built the DIY dust separator for my shop. We've had a couple requests, so you guys wanted to see how I did it. Bunch of pieces, parts, plumbing, and we're just gonna, try and give you guys ideas. I'm not saying our system is perfect. It definitely is not perfect, but it's worked in the shop, and it was fun to build. So we're gonna show you how to do it. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button below. Hit that like button and keep looking out for more videos. So without further ado, guys, let's get to it. All right, guys, well, it's been a hot minute since we released a video, but I have been busy, and I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek on the Victoria guitar build. I've been polishing, and doing a lot of filming on this build. We are going to release a series of build videos for this, but I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek. She's looking pretty good, collecting pieces and parts. So that's what's been on the bench. All right. Okay, so first thing you're going to need is a brute or a similar garbage can. It doesn't have to be this. You could actually do this with a 5-gallon bucket, I suppose. I just thought that this was a good size. It fit where I needed it to. And I have ruh-roh. These latches can be tricky. I have all the pieces and parts inside. All right, guys, so you'll need to gather some plumbing parts, some PVC plumbing parts. These are 1.5 inch. I have 90, 45. I have some couplings, more coupling. I have a T, and then I have some rubber reduction Fernco's, and then I have a straight Fernco for 1.5 to 1.5. And I guess just experiment, because that's what I did, and it just happened to work. And then I went into the tool aisle and found this little vacuum sort of 3-in-1 adapter kit. They come all together for a shop vac. That was helpful for some weird reductions that I couldn't do with the plumbing stuff. So that's, and your stopper, you're going to want an OD stopper. You crank on this, and then that will give you a stop. I guess you could do a blast gate as well. I've had a few people ask me why I didn't do blast gates, and just because I didn't feel like researching it, and I was at Home Depot, and I wanted to try and make it work with just regular Home Depot stuff. So, and that makes a nice seal on there for if you want to block one part of the line and continue suction on the other. So that's what I use for that. And you don't have to do this. You could use blast gates, but this is just how I built it. Alright, guys, so I've already pre-drilled the holes off camera. This is a 2 1/8 hole saw, and depending on what hardware you want to use, you could do different sizes. This is just what I used for what I had. So your center hole is going to be where your vacuum line goes in, so this will go to your shop vac. I use the sort of rectangular rigid vacuum. I believe it's a 1 7/8 size hose, which fits really nicely inside this rubber Fernco. So process is I kind of take, this is the reduction Fernco, so I take the fatter end and kind of bend it and force it through the hole, and it makes a pretty snug fit. It's pretty nice. So that is your vacuum line. That's all you need for that, and your vacuum hose will go into this end of the Fernco. That easy. And the other side, you have to take the hose clamps off. Same thing, you just sort of force it in there, and it's a pretty snug fit. Now I suppose if you want to get really slick and lose less suction, which I haven't done on mine yet, but you could put a bead of silicone around here, or maybe hot glue. I mean, they're pretty snug. I feel like I'm not losing too much suction, and when I turn this thing on, the can actually does compress, so I'm definitely getting suction. And then on this one, this is where you're going to do your dust separation. So on this one, I would fit a 90. And I mean, you could just leave it as a 90. I think on mine, the one I already built, I think I did also a 45, something like that. And you want to aim it towards the side of the wall of the can. The idea with this is as the vacuum pulls, this dust creates sort of a cyclone. And that's pretty much it, other than this is where I hooked a 2.5 inch line to. I had to do a little playing around with that. I believe I used one of these vacuum reducers to go in there like that, and then clamped my 2.5 inch flexible hose onto here for around the shop or connecting to a tool that's not built onto the wall. And that's pretty much the idea. This snaps onto the can, vacuum line in here. This is your collection line that would go to a tool or around your shop. And that is pretty much the dust separator. So maybe we'll show it in action, see if we can show you guys how it works. That'll be fun. All right, guys, so this is the rectangular rigid shop vac I was talking about. You could use any shop vac, I suppose. Just this is the one I had, and it has a 1 7/8 vacuum line, which fits in that Fernco really nice and snug. I probably could put a hose clamp on there, I suppose, but I like, when I clean this out, I like just being able to pop it out. So it's working out pretty good. So let's see how this thing works, and let's suck up some dust. So I'm definitely getting suction, which is great, and I get separation. So most of the heavy dust will go into here. That's the idea with the separator, and most of the fine dust will go in here. So this isn't getting loaded up with huge amounts of sawdust when I have to clean up, you know, a big mess. So it's been really helpful around the shop. I love it. One thing I would, and I'm going to try and figure out something in the future, is to try and keep this can from crushing as much, because it's starting to get a little distorted. But it works, and hopefully it'll work for you guys too. And if you have any questions, just hit us up, give us a message, and I will try and find some of these parts on Amazon and put some links in the description. So that's it. That's the dust separator DIY. I hope you guys find that, you know, useful, and maybe you'll have something like that in your shop. Oh yeah, that's right. We got to wrap this thing up, right, Matt? All right, cool. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. This was awesome. I am going to put links in the description below for some of the products I used, and if I can't find them on Amazon, I know most of the stuff I did get from the big orange box store, but I'm going to try and source some of the links in Amazon for you guys. So if you click on those links, or if you do any other shopping on Amazon, please click on our links below, because that helps support our channel. And we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for sticking around, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell, the notification bell that lets you know when we drop a video. So we'll see you guys, man. Thanks for sticking around, and always create.